my god, what the hell is this, my friends?
Well, it is a done.
Oh, I know it's a done deal, my friend. Okay, look, I started saying, what the hell is a Tater Tot Casserole? A lot of you have been suggesting this for the cooking show, but I had no idea it looked this good. And it's actually kinda easy, my friends. I know I say this all the time, but leave me a like if I should try this one, because looks delicious. And are you all aware of this? Because I never know. Today I'll be reacting to how to make a tater tot casserole. My friends, I'm super excited for this one, and the reason is quite simple. Many of you have been suggesting this recipe for the cooking show, but I also want to be honest here. I still don't understand that well what the hell is a tater tot casserole. I guess I'll find out more in a second. Before we go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. Is the best way to show support. Now, if you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Link for the original video in my description, and let's play it.
Hey, we're talking about an old classic. Tater Tot Casserole.
Okay.
We're saving you money, and it's also in a one-pot meal, and it is cowboy approved. So come on up here and get a chair, because it will not last long.
Let's go,
2
my
pounds,
friend.
certified Angus.
You know what? Sorry, we are going to run this one back. Why? First of all, beautiful background. I love the American flag here. But pay attention, we have something in common. The hat? No, it's not yet. Because that's a cowboy hat. It's quite more beautiful. Let's all be real here. Is this book. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. How crazy. André, what about that book? Is in the kitchen, because I'm actually preparing something. But I'm real. I have that one in the kitchen.
So come on up here and get a chair, because it will
Let's
not
go, my
last
friends.
long. 2 pounds, certified Angus beef ground, 80-20. People say, 80-20, is that the year it was born and it's 20 years old?
No.
It is 80%
versus
lean,
lean.
20% fat.
Yeah.
Makes really good groceries, it does. I'm thinking it is some of the best stuff in the world to use. Got it crumbled up. Go ahead and fit it in there. You can tell by that sound
Perfect.
that Dutch oven was hot when it got there. That's what we was after. Make sure the lid is unsecure before you shake the seasoning, or you get a whole lot of it. So we're going to give it a good showering of our original seasoning.
You know what's crazy, my friends? I have that season.
And we just
Sorry, I'm going to pay a lot of attention, because if this is easy, good chance this could be the next thing on the cooking show. There is a lot in line, but you never know. If this one is easy, I may go for this one.
going to let it cook down there for, I'd say, 2 or 3 minutes. You can see, as Shannon get in here, we're beginning to brown up a little. I'm going to go ahead and put them onions in there, as my good friend Justin Wilson would say. Make sure you get everybody. Get them mixed up in there good.
Wait, my friend, Justin Wilson is the chef from the French. He's not French, but he's you guys say Cajun chef, something like this. Maybe from Louisiana. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
I think it was something to me really that meant a lot when I was cooking, especially fall works for them cowboys. They'd come in, it'd be one of them old damp, chilly days at noon. And they'd ride in there and they'd stand around old Bertha and get warm a little bit, get them a cup of coffee. And they knew better, because you're never supposed to look at what's in a Dutch oven. You don't take the lid off. That was just cowboy etiquette. And I remember one of them peeked over and he said, Tater Tot Casserole. He ain't had none of that since I left home, and I've been gone home for 35 years. So as they got all ready and everybody gathered around and we blessed the food, I told him, I said, you know, for licking in that Dutch oven, I said, you might ought to go last, because I said, for a man that ain't had none of this in 35 years, I'm thinking you'll get the whole pot. Well, there was plenty to go around, but I ended up being there 3 weeks, made this meal 5 times for them cowboys at noon, because they enjoyed it so much. It is a classic that's always sort of stood by me. If it's in a horse race, I'd bet on it every time.
Oh, wow, my friend, what a beautiful story. You know what, I told this a lot of times. I grew up watching cowboy movies and stuff like that. And of course, reality is quite different than fiction. But his profession, being the one that cooks for cowboys, is so noble. I really think is incredible, my friends.
What? 4 tablespoons of butter. Yep. Once you go ahead and just get that sort of mix up around there and let it melt, 3 garlic cloves that are minced up.
Okay.
You always tend to
André, what are you going to use there? Portuguese butter and vampire killers. If you guys don't know my cooking show, that's the things that go in.
add garlic when it gets closer to the last of a recipe that you're cooking something in a skillet. That way you don't burn the garlic, because we don't want to burn it. We want all that great flavor that it's going to bring to the table. Browning up, simmering, so we're going to go ahead, mushroom soup. Now if you get really industrious, we do have a video, and I'm going to link it up there for you. Homemade mushroom soup. Ooh, it is so good. But folks, I was
You know what's crazy? I may have to watch that video because I'm not sure if I will be able to find this.
on a ranch. Nearly most of the time that I ever cooked this, we used a lot of canned goods. Go ahead and, I just like, you can do it 2 ways. You could dump it right in there, but I sort of prefer this method more than just dumping it right on top of that meat. These are Hatch green chilies. I mean, bringing so much flavor to the table, but also some.
Another thing that is not that easy to find, my friends. You guys have no idea how many American things are impossible to find here. The amount of connections I have to make sometimes, it's actually kind of crazy, my friends. You guys know the joke I tell that I have to talk with the Portuguese government. It's a joke, but it's not a joke, because when I import stuff, I really have to talk with them. And I feel like for this recipe, I need a couple of importations.
Some of the W sauce. Where's your
Importations or imports? Imports, right?
sister? What you doing? Who there? I mean, I have trouble with it, so we're just going to put
Oh, that's easy. Your sister have sauce.
about that much right there in there. This stuff is like dynamite. You don't want much of it because it can be very overpowering. They make mistakes.
You know what? I have that. That's liquid smoke. So talking about things that I end up importing, that's one of the things.
Mesquite, they make hickory, different flavors like that. I prefer the mesquite. That's what this is. So be careful. You ever watch that old John Wayne movie where that guy was mixing nitroglycerin and he was pouring it from one ingredient to another to try to get it in there? So we're looking for 2 drops and hope it don't explode. 1, 2. So we're going to mix that. You can see it's already beginning to look like something I just
He's really that powerful. I never end up using that. I have that right there, but I never end up using that.
put on a cracker or a tortilla and just go to town. Right in here it goes, folks.
Goes into the meat, okay?
I mean, we are fitting to spread the love and the goodness everywhere. You know, I told you we used a lot of canned goods when we was cooking for them ranches for so many years, and still do when we're on a ranch, because you can take it, you can keep it a long time. You never know sometimes how long you're going to be out there, so it's good to have them. And when you cook with canned goods right, you can transform that flavor to where nobody even knows you ever had a canned good. And I always like them, and I look for those that's on sale. We're going
I wish I had those.
to cook this about 2 to 3 minutes to make sure that everybody has blended in flavor. My mother never fixed tater tot casserole that had cheese on it, but me and the people all in Wisconsin and across the world, everywhere, love cheese. So
Let's go.
we're going to put about a cup of each one of them in there. What? Pepper jack and cheddar. Now, you can use whatever flavors you want to, but I think these two combine to do really well. And some of you be saying, well, why don't you put it on top? The tater tot is the star. You got to let him shine through there. Okay, folks, I'm going to tell you right now.
You know this thing, the Wisconsin cheese? I was talking once again about imports. I was trying to find that impossible, my friend, unless I go to Wisconsin.
Now, get whatever kind of tater tots you want. It don't make no difference. Just make sure that they're frozen. Or, pardon me, that was about to get in the shot. You can watch our video. Yeah, we did a homemade tater tot. You can have homemade mushroom soup, homemade tater tot. Hey, saving you more
Everything
money
from
it is.
scratch?
Now, I never did really measure these, and I'd see my mother, she'd poke them down in there where they was all standing up just like this. I just give them a little mash and just put them in there wherever I can get them. We're looking at about 3 or
Such cute potatoes.
4 cups here because I want it to be covered securely in tater puff tots. I do. So, and I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't got to be a name brand for some time for it to be good. So,
Show me the
this is what's called Best Buy. Best choice. Uh-huh.
What's it called?
Potato puffs, shredded seasoned potatoes, made with
This thing, I believe I can find it here, my friends.
100% real potatoes. These was not your artificial taters, nope. But to any good tater that I ever cooked in my life, what goes on top of them, Shannon, that makes fried taters better? That original seasoning. Always, whoop, that in there's a little out of place.
It's a really good
Down in
season,
there.
my friends.
Go ahead and give them a little mashing. Seed him in that cheese. One more that's trying to get out. Give him a little shaking of this right on there. So if you're in the house, preheat your oven to 350 degrees and you're going to cook it about 35 minutes probably. Wait till them tater tots get really good and golden brown and you'll see all that bubbly goodness peaching up down through there.
Okay.
But it ain't going to take that long in a Dutch oven with good hot coals underneath and on top. This is really an easy dish to do because on casseroles, the meat's done cooked through, the sauce is there. You're sort of just really cooking the top and incorporating all the flavors as it bubbles there. So this is something you can get the kids in. Fall of the year's coming up. This makes a great camping recipe. You'll impress a lot of folks with Tater Tot Casserole.
For me, the difficult thing will be that mushroom stuff, my friends. But this seems so easy. Oh man, I want to try this so bad.
Well, you see me, I just had me a big old pretty heaping hump of coals right there on that flat metal. Just spread them out to where you got enough room you can get your trivet in there. And you wouldn't even have to have a trivet on this dish since it's like a casserole. But I prefer one, sort of slows things down, lets simmer and get everything. Move the coals all the way around. Got me some, put on top, cover it really heavy, back them coals to where it's just right there directly under that oven. One falls under the middle, you ain't heard a thing. There is no breeze whatsoever today, so we probably won't have to rotate. Today we are using some good Fogo hardwood lump, and folks, it is hot. You
know what's crazy, my friends? I'm going to share something with you for the first time. Since I started watching Kent Rawlings, now I know this way of cooking is not very practical. I think even Kent Rawlings would agree with that, I believe. But there is something magic about this. Cooking outside with coals, fire. It's quite different than putting things in the oven. Am I crazy to say this? I was thinking about, should I try this one time? I mean, of course, my cooking show will not go into this, but one time, even to pay some respect to Kent Rawlings. You know what I mean? Because I don't need a lot of stuff. I need to find one of those. I mean, I think that's easy. And yeah, I need something to put the coals, and that's it, right? It's not that. And by the way, the wind here is quite more chill than it is in Oklahoma, so my life will be a bit easier in that sense.
Today we are using some good Fogo hardwood.
Sorry. I don't want to promise anything because there is a lot of recipes in line. There is a lot of things I have to buy. But leave me the number. This will be a very specific number, my friends. Number 1 for America. If I should try this one. Try this way of cooking, better saying. It does not mean it needs to be the Tater Tot Casserole.
And folks, it is hot. When you take your hand and a hand width away from that Dutch oven and put your hand there, if you hold it more than 5 seconds, it's probably not hot enough. But I guarantee you that fire is hot. It'll blister your finger if you hold it much longer than that. Now, like I told you before, this is a casserole, and that bottom heat's going to cook it pretty quick. You're probably going to end up taking this off the heat on the bottom and moving it over here just so the top can get done, because it's not going to take long to get that bottom cooking really good and through, melt that cheese, add us a little more heat to the top, brown them tater tots up.
Oh, the beagle, so cute. And oh boy, what the hell is this? Yo, that will be good, right? The potatoes, the meat. Ooh.
We have a Pyrenees that's a neighbor across the road, and he could eat mage in one bite, but for some unknown reason, he is scared of the mage. If he comes over here in the yard, Mage will run him off. But Mage don't pay attention when he crosses the road.
That's
why Mage gets in trouble quite a bit. Don't you do it. Hey, Mage.
Damn, he's locked in, you know. Yeah, try it. Try it. No, I'm telling you, try it. Don't worry, try it. And you will feel the American power. Yeah, go away. Bye. my god, what the hell is this, my friends?
Well, it is a done
Oh, I know it's a done deal, my friend. Okay, look, I started saying, what the hell is a Tater Tot Casserole? A lot of you have been suggesting this for the cooking show, but I had no idea it looked this good. And it's actually kinda easy, my friends. I know I say this all the time, but leave me a like if I should try this one, because looks delicious. And are you all aware of this? Because I never know.
deal. Folks, you want to let that stuff go ahead and cool
See, I knew he was about to say it's a done deal before he said it's a done deal. Think about it. Yeah, I've been reacting to a lot of his content.
Well, it is a done deal. Folks, you want to let that stuff go ahead and cool quite a bit because it's
Actually, sorry. Damn. Oh. Oh, that looks delicious.
Well, it is a done deal. Folks, you want to let that stuff go ahead and cool quite a bit because, whew, that stuff will burn you. Got some of that cheese, get stuck to them taters to the roof of your mouth. You can't paw it fast enough to get it out of there. So make sure you let it cool. And in fact, I'm going to let this cool just a minute more while I feed the only help that I got out here. And that is the mage and the beeg. Here you go. There's the beeg. Where is the mage? There is the mage. And look who's
You can see that the dog is nervous. He's still nervous because of the other guy. Yeah.
showed up right about eating time. It's Lulu Head. There you go.
Sorry, you know what I realized right now? I have an NFL. Oh, and they. Okay, I'm becoming American.
Lulu, everybody got a tater tot. Here's to you, Mama, because I remember all the times you fixed it for me.
Aww.
Make you want to do.
Actually, let me say one thing. If your mom or your dad is still alive, please call them, go to see them, whatever you prefer, and tell them how much you love them. Because we never know, and I'm being serious, we never know tomorrow. I tell my mom and my dad that I like them all the time.
Make you want to do. First, you got to dig them taters, dig them, dig them, dig them. Then you got to make them, and then you mash them. Put them tater tots in there and just stir it all up. Put some fire on it. What you call it? You call it goodness. In fact, it's so good I'm going back for another. And y'all just have to bear with me because I ain't had this in a long time neither.
You know, if I ever visit Kent Rawlings, I have to speak with him about one thing. This man is in great shape. Let's all be real. I mean, this man is in great shape. Me, on the other hand, I'm a fat ass. How the hell is he eats more than me? What?
Like I said, I tip my hat to you, Mama, I do. And thank you, Lord, for letting me have her. She was a great cook. Folks, this is so easy.
You know what? Sometimes Kent Rawlings sees our videos, my friends. If you guys can all leave a heart emoji for his mom, that would mean so much to me, my friends. So I end up asking you for you guys to leave the number 1 or something. Okay, let's forget that. Leave the number 1 if you want. But let's all leave the heart emoji because he may see this reaction. And I think this may touch him, you know. And he's such a great guy.
Like I say, it's one of them dishes that you can do, gather around the fire in the fall when you're camping. Makes a great noontime meal or a supper time meal, but get the kids involved because it's super easy. But as always, and it is with great honor and privilege, I tip my hat to all our servicemen and women and all the veterans who have kept that old flag flying over camp wherever me and Shan are. We appreciate you each one. We shall never forget. The rest of you, hey, we just thank y'all so much from the bottom of our hearts for letting us come into your life.
You know what? I also my hair today is not a bad, but I also make clear I also tip my hat to all of those because really.
And share our videos, our food, our good time, and our pups because it means so much to us. Ooh, big doings it is. We started a Patreon account, so if you want some extra footage, extra scenes, stuff you might not have seen in this video if you just watch it on YouTube, be sure and check it out down below because, hey, we'd love to have you be a part of it. We thank you each and every one. God bless you so much. Come on in here. I want to fan it so it can cool off. I'll see you down the what? Homemade Tater Tot Casserole tray.
Amazing stuff, my friends. And see, look at the dog is still focused. This is the dog you need, you know. Look, size does not matter. He's so small, but he's no one messes with my home, you know. That said, my friends, thank you so much for watching this with me. Really means a lot. You guys end up staying until the end. I can do this one if you guys really want. I mean, actually, I would love to see you guys show some love on this one because the Tater Tot Casserole looks amazing. That said, thank you so much for watching this with me. Really means a lot. You guys end up staying until the end. See you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.